Foresight fan, what's up? It's your boy DKG72. And just like I told you in the last video, we're going to be experimenting with some different formats, different styles of putting out content. And this is one of them. This is a little bit more informal or maybe formal. Don't know yet, but I kind of like it. So far, so good. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about a bunch of different topics. Well, really not a bunch, just one for today, for this video anyway. And it's actually based off of something that happened last night when I was speaking with my college class, and I was just giving them some insight, giving them a little game, and just a look into what it's like to be a professional artist in this day and age, and some of the things that you can do to make life easy for you. Because I was pointing out that back in the day, in the 80s, 70s, and 60s, it was a lot harder to make changes to your artwork or to make adjustments that are needed on a certain basis. Say the client changes their mind or something like that. Say you change your mind, and it's much harder. You had to either cut stuff out, use electric erasers or any kind of objects like that to really move some things around and just change up your art. And it was a destructive process, to be honest with you. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the benefits of working non-destructively. So what is working non-destructively? Working non-destructively is more of a form of thinking, a way to plan out your line of attack on your illustration, your comic book, your whatever it is that you're working on. So say, for instance, and I gave this example the other night. Say, for instance, you just spent 6 hours drawing the greatest background in the world. I mean, everything perfect, just tack sharp, on point. And then you start to draw your figure onto this background and you mess up. Well, back in the day, that would pretty much ruin your work. But today, because we have layers and we can work on different layers, we can work in a non-destructive manner. So working non-destructively means that you're working in a way that it doesn't affect what's beneath or above your art. So say, for instance, you do a background. That background is on its own layer. The line art is on its own layer. The colors, the flats are on their own layer. The shadows, own layer. Highlights, own layer. So on and so forth. And then normally what we like to do, what I like to do anyways, I like to put all of my layers, corresponding layers, into a folder, which will be named probably something like background, or which would be named after the character I'm working on, something like that. And that way, I know that folder is safe, and nothing that I do on top of it, or say, for instance, I want to throw something behind the background or do something else, nothing is going to affect what I've already created. That's working non-destructively. Another example, say, for instance, the lighting is just not right in the background that you've created. Well, instead of trying to change the lighting, you can put a layer over the top of that layer, and then you can adjust the saturation. You can adjust the layer properties to make the change that you need to make and affect the look of that background. Or say, for instance, your character, the shadows on the character isn't right. Well, because the characters are on their own separate layer, now you can work in a non-destructive manner to make those adjustments to the character. And I think that's important to understand in the grand scheme of things because, well, again, If you have to go back and start all the way over again, you've just lost time. And in this world, time is money. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to make it so that you are a lot more competitive in this world. So the more time that you take to do a project, the more money that is lost in the long run. And we don't want to do that. So just think about working in layers, using your layer folders, and working non-destructively. And what you're going to find out is that it really works. Now, for me, one of the ways that I work non-destructively is using clipping masks to help me with this process. So in Clip Studio, if you ever notice, if I do like my flats, I can then put a layer above, and then I can select clipping mask, and it'll clip the layer to the line art so that nothing that I color goes outside of the line art. So this helps makes things a little bit easier for you, so you don't have to worry about, well, dang, if I just go crazy with this large brush, all this is going to fall outside of the line art. No, it's not, because it's already been clipped. So learning how to use clipping mask in Clip Studio or in Photoshop or in Procreate is very important, but understanding how it works and how it protects you from those types of mistakes like artwork outside the lines. So just for this video, and just from some of the examples that you've seen, that's pretty much what working non-destructively is. And what's going to make you a better artist is learning the art of working non-destructively and working in a way that will promote you getting done faster or making changes that take less time. Because it's a lot easier to just tweak something than it is just to throw the whole baby out with the bathwater. So just something to think about, something that you should practice, and something all artists should work with. There's probably pros that already know this, but this for the non-seasoned pros. This for the people that are getting experience. So hope this helped out a lot. Hope this gave you a little bit of information. And if it did, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel. And I like this format. I think we're going to do some more things like that. I like having a conversation with you guys. So let's look forward to more videos. All right. It's your boy DKG72. I holla. Peace.